Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ybot, and today we're going to be looking at something a fair bit different than normal. Instead of looking at one of my games, this is not my game. This is actually a game by a gentleman named Pahakuutti over on the Civ Fanatics forums. And he was kind enough to post this for people to take a look at, because what he does in this game is very impressive, to say the least. It is astonishing. It's possibly, at this point, it's surpassing what Civ Trader 6 can do. So, we're going to take a look at it. This is his, the second turn of his game where he gets a science victory in 140 turns. And while there is some information, most notably that he starts off fairly lucky, getting a relic from his first goodie hut, which is on turn 2. So this is, remember what the landscape looks like here, guys, because it'll change. And now I'm going to show you guys what the end of the game looks like. And we're going to do a bit of analysis. So I'm just going to skip the loading screen, and I will be back in just a sec with the end of this game at turn 140. Alright, so this is the end of his game. He's won the science victory. He's leading in the science victory. He's completed his science victory, obviously. However, there isn't all that much information that he posted on here, so we're going to do a bit of kind of archaeology. First off, I will give you the information that he posted. This is straight from the Civ Fanatics forums. Here is one with a lucky start, found a relic on turn 2, and got God of the Harvest for the first time, which is really, it can be really, really good for these speedrun games. Played as Korea, settings were deity, continents, all standard. So standard speed, standard difficulty. You can see them all right here. He did some very heavy warmongering at the beginning, which I think might be obvious considering he owns the entire continent on turn 140, which is an achievement in and of itself. Cleared my landmass in just over 100 turns, as there was no more room for new cities on my continent. Decided to send my army overseas to find new spots to harvest. Oh boy, God of the Harvest is strong when combined with Ancestral Hall and Monumentally. Ended up having about 50 cities. Made quite a few mistakes during this game, like not saving enough wood to chop Royal Society. I've attached the end save and the turn 2 save after the relic was found. So, I will be posting the link to this thread in the description below the video, obviously, so you guys can check it out for yourselves, and you can even do what I did and download the save file and give it a shot. See if you can achieve the same results. But, anyway, that's about all we know, is that he did some heavy warmongering, and then I think it's fairly obvious at this point that when you take a look at Hattusa versus, like, everywhere else, that he chopped literally everything that was not nailed down. I mean, the landmass is stripped bare. In fact, he went over and he invaded Germany to keep chopping until he got his space race victory, which, by the way, and this is kind of important, he would have launched from CQUI right here, because he's got his spy. This is actually his only spy, and he's got Mangus in there, and he has quite a few worker dudes over there, which to me signifies that this is where he did his space race stuff. There is another spaceport over here in an Aztec city, but there's no governor there, so it looks like he did everything from there, from what I can see. That's what I'm going to assume. Pingala. Oh, we should take a look at the promotions as well. This would be helpful as well just to see what sort of promotions you guys might want to take and which ones players that are, quite frankly, better than me consider to be rubbish. So, let's take a look here. Now, keep in mind that Korea gets bonus culture and bonus science from having governors in their cities. So, there might be cases like right here, why would you get the cardinal for a space race science victory? Well, the answer is that you just want to fill that government slot. You want to get that extra 20%. I believe it's 20%. Yeah, you want to get that extra 10%, actually. 10% science, 10% culture. It's still valuable. So, he got the cardinal, he got the Castilian, and he got the diplomat. I believe that all of them are literally just plunked down into his own cities just by virtue of increasing their culture. And that's about it. The ones we want to look at are the ones that have promotions put into them. Now, Mangus, widely viewed to be the most powerful governor in the game, actually just has the his default ability and one provision. So, he did say in the description that he was using Monumentally and God of the Harvest. Now, Monumentally, when it's in a gold mage, it provides you can buy your workers and you can buy your settlers with faith. Combined with the Ancestral Hall, you get a free worker every time you settle a city, which is why he was able to clear the entire map, I would imagine. Now, for that, what makes Mangus good is that you could pop multiple settlers out of a city without shrinking its population. So you could do, like, one every turn if you have enough faith. And if you're chopping all the time, then this would... I don't think faith would be a problem. So, this is very useful. This is useful in certain warmongering situations. I've seen in some other stuff that some other YouTubers have done that the rest of these are not as good as putting stuff into other governors. And it seems that this gentleman agrees. So, next up, we have Pingala. So, this is kind of curious. He took the entire promotion tree for Pingala, and he took Space Initiative, 30% increase to all space program projects in the city. That's only in the city that Pingala is in. So it looks like he decided at the end that having Mangus in the city and just chopping the living hell out of it would have been a much better option. So that's something to keep in mind. Maybe this promotion isn't necessary. Maybe you want to use it somewhere else. Amani, she, like I said, was just... looks like she's just filling a slot somewhere. If we look very closely, we could probably find her stationed in a city just like Victor. Reyna has probably the most promotions out of anybody. Yeah, she's maxed out. So, and she's in the capital too. So, acquiring tiles faster, it makes for being able to chop more, that's always good. Harbor Master is really good, because it doubles the adjacency bonus from commercial hubs and harbors in the city, so that means potentially significantly more money, especially if you were, say, England, that can benefit fully from having harbors and commercial hubs in the same city. Tax Collector, +2 gold for each citizen, that's good. And Contractor is amazing, allowing the city to purchase districts with gold. Now, considering... let's just get out of this for a sec. Considering how low his gold balance actually is, I kind of have a theory that he may have... like, what I would do, so long as it didn't slow things down, I would actually take Reyna, put her into the city I want to build my space race projects in, buy the spaceport, and then I would transfer in Mangus, once that's done, I would just start chopping the living hell out of everything. But then that's potentially 10 dead turns, and if you're doing a race, then that might not be the best. Anyway, let's take a look at the next one. Liang? Oh, she's... Did he actually get everything for her? No. Okay, so we ignored Curator here. For Liang, he just got infrastructure, 30% towards city center and government plaza buildings. Useful. And then these two were just filling slots. Okay. So, let's take a look at the timeline, actually. This could be very useful. I didn't look at this initially. So we're going to just review the timeline and see what we can find. So, yeah, this actually lays it out very nicely. So, turn 2, he got the Relic. He got another Goody Hut on turn 5. He got his Pantheon on turn 9. That's pretty good. Meets the Aztecs on turn 16. Explorers of Korea, first to set eyes on Lake Ratba. So, Natural Wonder, that's on turn 17. This is going to take a while going through all this. So he said he settled a city in the desert. More Goody Huts. Cleared a barb camp. 2 more Goody Huts. He got a lot of Goody Huts this time. He set down his unique district on turn 27. Okay. Villagers bring gifts as they join civilization. More Goody Huts, more Goody Huts. Meet Scythia. Oh, another thing to mention. This would not have been that easy of a start. There's actually like multiple warmongers on this continent. I believe there was the Aztecs, the Zulu, and Scythia. And there we go. There's the Zulu right there. So, good times. Another barb camp cleared, and the rulers of Hattusa allow Korea to become the suzerain. Very good. Classical era. So he got himself a golden age for the classical era. I believe he chose monumentally. Keep in mind that technically this game is actually just in the Renaissance era. He finished it that quickly. So let's scroll all the way back here. So that's turn 47. He's got his golden age. Got horseback riding on turn 47 as well. Built the first galley on turn 47 as well. Got the Oracle on turn 51. He got Great Person. I forget which one this guy is. Built the first swordsman on turn 59. Also built the pyramids. Turn 61. Only got political philosophy on turn 62. He went for oligarchy as his first government. That's important because there's been a lot of stuff, and this might be the more peaceful stuff, but a lot of people talk about going for classical republic, but in this case, he warmongered like hell, so oligarchy would be the right choice there. I got a couple of great people. I don't know which ones they are. A city-state emergency with the Zulu, and they emerged triumphant. That's cool. So +3, so I guess the Zulu took over a city that they had some envoys with. And, okay, so we got Boudica at some point. Yeah, so she's a, obviously she's a great general. So he has swordsman, and he has a great general, and he has oligarchy. So that's some pretty good stacks right there. Sun Tzu is getting a lot of great generals. Got the Colosseum on turn 72. Genju is now population 10 on turn 72. I guess that's from, like, chopping jungle, perhaps. The first theater square is built in Genju on turn 172. Built an additional city on turn 77. Okay, so more great people. The capital of the Aztecs falls on turn 80. That's pretty quick. Medieval Age starts with feudalism. That's turn 82, so that's pretty damn fast. Explorers of Korea discover the Great Barrier Reef. Rulers of Stockholm let Korea become suzerain. Alright, the game enters the medieval age, and he has yet another golden age. So 2 golden ages back to back. Printing, so he's already got tech in the Renaissance era. Settled a city next to a natural wonder. A bunch of great people. A wonder. The Aztecs are gone by turn 92. He got Nan-Mandal to bow to Korea, another suzerain. That's turn 92 as well. Niter on turn 94. Actually, no, I stand corrected. Musketman on turn 94. Another military general. So he's just getting general after general here. Exploration by turn 96. Marco Polo, the great merchant. And then he went into Merchant Republic as his next form of government on turn 96. Zulu capitals captured on turn 97. Bureaucrats of the Zulu are... Oh, okay, so he forward settled the Zulu on turn 97 as well. Barbarian encampment cleared. Industrialization on turn 104. Good grief. And he had his first corps ready for action on turn 106. And then the Scythians fall on turn 106. Where did the Zulu get wiped out? The Aztecs don't stand the test of time. Scythia doesn't stand the test of time on turn 107, and turn 108, Zulu will not stand the test of time. And he has colonialism on turn 110. Flight on turn 112. A free city decides to join them on turn 114. So, ironclad tech, turn 115. It just goes on, so on and so forth. Turn 119, he has rocketry. I feel like this is a 15-pop city at this point. We'll take a look in a sec. It's turn 120 that he got that milestone. This is harvesting an artifact. This is harvesting another artifact. Builds a district in Cologne. Got a bit of air score as a result of that. Cool. His satellite goes off on turn 124. Mobilization on turn 124 as well. They discovered the Eye of the Sahara. Meet Egypt on turn 124. Well, yeah, you would think so. You meet everybody after the satellite's launched. Found the Matterhorn. Met the people of France. Satellite's up. Leventa 1 turn later. Bow to Korea as a suzerain. 2 turns later, the moon landing. Game enters the Renaissance era, and it won't leave it because he won in the Renaissance era. He's got democracy as his tier 3 government, Cold War, tech. Hong Kong are also now suzerain. Charles Darwin gives them a lot of faith, apparently. Another landmass. Germany is defeated on turn 131. Jealous civilizations failed to stop our people. Okay, so there was an emergency that he won. Globalization on turn 132. And from then on, he's using e-commerce, I assume. And turn 134, he's fully staffed all the governors. Previous mercenary contacts are subject to renegotiation when Korea overturns the suzerain of Buenos Aires. Okay. So he has an infantry that's fully promoted on turn 135. Mars colony habitation launched on turn 137. Bunch of great people. And then presumably the other stuff is launched within a couple of turns of that. Alright, so that is very interesting. What I want to look into next, well, actually it was a lot of reading just the timeline, but I mean it helps. It helps a lot. I want to take a look at units. I want to see what he's got in terms of units. So you can click on the name, and then you get the unit screen. So he's got an archer, he's got a crossbow, heavy chariot, infantry corps. Knight corps, you can see that he has a mechanized infantry corps as well. So he has a fair number of knights, and also a large number of melee units of various types. Swordsmen. He has his swordsman. He still has Bodic out. So having the swordsman isn't all that terrible, quite frankly, because these guys are still fighting with medieval weaponry. So even though he's won in the modern age, the swordsman would still be fairly effective against, say, I don't know, Cleopatra. Or even better, the French. So, yeah, let's see here. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else we want to take away from it. There's not a lot. I suppose we should investigate the cities as well. There isn't a lot of culture stuff in here. It's mostly just great writers that he has in here from what I can see. He has one relic. It looks like he sold the skull at some point to somebody. Possibly after he got his Pantheon. And I guess we'll just take a look at the city list. Oh, have I mentioned that he's making 3,314 science? Which is how he got there so quickly. So that's damn impressive. Probably should have focused on that first. Anyway, let's take a look at the report screen and take a look at yields. So, as you would suspect, most of it is just pure science. everything that has a C1 is got significant science with it in that city. He's getting plus 19 from every university. This one in Chuchon is actually higher. As far as I can tell, there's just like, well, there's obviously got to be more than just these 3 culture squares, but these are the only ones that I could see immediately. Like, actually, when I look around, I can't really see any others. He said there's 50, so there's one. There's another. But let's take a look. Let's do some investigating here and just count amphitheaters. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 theater squares total. And he's strategically got like 3 of them adjacent to, all adjacent to multiple wonders. So he's got amazing adjacency bonuses out of them. And then the rest is just these, just Korea's unique science district, which, interestingly enough here, this one is suboptimally placed because it's adjacent to the city center. He actually does this a fair bit, which kind of irks me a bit, but at the same time, it's probably not that big of a deal if he was able to pull this type of victory off, because with the classical philosophy card, you can double the adjacency bonus, which these get a blanket 4 adjacency bonus, and then it gets doubled to 8. So this is what you're seeing. That's the best they get, but it gets cut when they're adjacent to something. So in this case, it would be 3 doubled to 6. So yeah, let's take a look here. Did he found a religion? No, he did not. He got God of the Harvest, and we'll take a look at his government, and then I think we'll wrap it up soon after that. Okay, guys? So we got Leve Almas, we got logistics, public works for the builders, 2 additional builder actions, pretty damn good. Also, he has the pyramid, so that's an additional builder action. Rationalism. Not as good as it used to be, but still really, really good. And he's got quite a few large cities. Natural philosophy, 2 double campus adjacency. It's pretty much a must on any game where you want to do a lot of sciencing. And e-commerce. Insane amounts of production from international trade routes. Diplomatic slots, he's got International Space Agency, Merchant Confederation, and Raj. That's an interesting one. Plus 2 science and culture for faith and gold for every city-state you are suzerain of. So it doesn't give a lot, but it would add up. Colonial taxes, that would actually help quite a bit. Sports media. Yep, that's good. It doubles the adjacency bonus of the theater districts. And New Deal. A little surprising, but it helps you grow those cities really large, which is much more valuable than it used to be. And I'm just going to take a look at the policy cards here. Like, we know which governments he took now, but I should make you guys aware that oligarchic legacy is possibly something he picked with all those melee units. It only works on just foot-on-foot melee units. It no longer works for cavalry, either light or heavy cavalry. They're a different class. So it's only melee, anti-cavalry, and naval melee units that get this bonus now. But still, it's pretty damn good. And then you got Mercantile Legacy. And we'll take a quick look at his governor's district here. Let's see. Which one is it? Here we go. So he's got himself the Ancestral Hall, which, as I mentioned earlier, it lets you, when you get a settler, you can immediately get, when you found a city rather with the settler, you immediately get a worker ready to go. Then he has the Grandmaster's Chapel, which allows you to buy units with faith. You no longer have to just be in theocracy to do that. In fact, theocracy focuses on religious combat now. So Grandmaster's Chapel is very powerful, probably the best tier 2 structure for the government plaza. And then he has the Royal Society. I'm actually going to have to look this one up. Just a sec, guys. Alright. Builders are able to use all of their charges to provide bonuses to production to district projects. 1 per city per turn. Okay. And of course, it grants the governor title. So in theory, you could have taken all these builders here and then also used them in addition to the chops to help further speed up the space race. So yeah, it looks like that space initiative here for Pingala, if you need to put that promotion somewhere else, might be an idea to stick it somewhere else. And let's see, anything else we need to look at here? He has 21 trade routes. If we look at them, they're... This one's internal. Everything else is external. It's pretty much all to city-states, because frankly that's the only people he can trust. He has a couple of them going to Egypt. But most of them are going to Zanzibar for gold. So, very interesting. Anyway, I'm extremely impressed. I hope you guys are as impressed as I am. I hope you didn't mind the long video, the long-winded, in-depth analysis of this game. And good luck with your own science victories. If you haven't beaten the game on Deity, I hope this provides a lot of food for thought for you guys. Yeah, like if you're looking to climb the ladder, the Let's Plays on my channel are a good place to start. So is Marbazir's Let's Plays. Civ Trader has a couple of games on his channel as well, and he is significantly better at the game than I am. So I would strongly recommend checking his channel out as well. This gentleman here, I believe it's Panatucci. Oh my god. I don't even have it up anymore, just a sec. Pahakuutti is his name. So, you should definitely check out the thread as well of how to quick science victory and rise and fall. Things have changed since Civ 6 Vanilla, although I would also, it would still be decent to take a peek at Civ Trader 6's Aztec game, where he wins the game in 128 turns. However, that one is fully documented and does not need my analysis whatsoever. You can just watch his game and he explains it as he goes. So, anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you found it to be interesting and, yeah. I hope you found it to be interesting and educational, and maybe you guys picked something up. I certainly picked something up looking at this game and just how he did things, how the continent is stripped bare, that everything has been removed, that he just chopped the living heck out of everything. And it is giving me a lot of ideas for the future. I'm actually considering doing a Korea game next time, so we'll see how that goes. It may be Korea. It could end up being somebody else. I kind of want to revisit Rome to try for a fast science victory. But we will see. In the meantime, I've got a Mongolia game to finish. Thanks for watching, guys. My name's been Ybot. I will see you in the next video.